Space was quiet, but not peaceful. Far from Earth, beyond the known trade routes, a human convoy moved slowly through a dark star system. The ships were large, but simple in design. No glowing weapons, no heavy armor, just gray metal and calm movement. To the galaxy, they looked weak, almost harmless. The Galactic Union had said humans were new, emotional, and unstable. They said humans were traitors, not warriors. Many alien races believed that story. The Karvik Empire did not just believe it, they acted on it. From the shadows of a dying star, massive alien warships appeared. Their hulls were sharp and bright, covered in energy weapons. Red lights spread across space like open eyes. The human convoy stopped moving. Inside the lead ship, Captain Elias Morgan stood silent. He was not afraid. He had seen this before. He had trained for this moment. Around him, human officers watched the alien ships on their screens. The Karvik commander sent a message: human vessels, power down and surrender. This system now belongs to the Karvik Empire. Resistance will lead to total destruction. The message echoed through the human ships. Some younger officers felt fear, some felt anger, but Captain Morgan felt something else. He felt tired. Humans had tried peace. Humans had followed the rules. They had hidden their strength because the galaxy feared strong newcomers. Humans wanted time. The galaxy did not give them time. Captain Morgan answered calmly, "This is a civilian convoy. We request safe passage." The alien commander laughed, a sharp, metallic sound. "There are no civilians in conquered space." Without warning, alien weapons fired. Bright beams cut through the darkness. One human escort ship was hit. Its engines failed. The ship drifted, broken, but not destroyed. The human convoy did not fire back. This confused the aliens. The Karvik ships moved closer, surrounding the convoy like hunters around wounded prey. Smaller attack craft launched, fast and aggressive. Inside the human flagship, alarms rang, but no one panicked. Captain Morgan turned to his first officer. "Send the signal," he said quietly. The first officer hesitated. "Sir, that means—" "I know what it means," Morgan replied, "but the war already started." The signal left the ship, traveling faster than light, hidden inside deep space noise. It was not a call for help. It was permission. Far away, beyond known space, ancient machines woke up. Back near the convoy, alien fighters attacked again. This time, human point defense systems activated. Small, precise shots destroyed incoming fighters with perfect accuracy. No wasted fire, no emotion. The aliens stopped laughing. The Karvik commander studied the data. Human weapons were stronger than expected, smarter, controlled. Still, the Empire believed in numbers. Prepare full assault. The commander ordered. Dozens of alien warships charged forward. Energy cannons glowed. Space shook with power. Captain Morgan watched calmly. "Defensive phase complete," he said. "Begin reveal protocol." The words were simple. The meaning was not. Across the convoy, ships changed shape. Hidden armor plates shifted. Energy signatures rose suddenly, sharp and deep. Power levels jumped beyond civilian limits. Alien sensors screamed warnings. "What is this?" The Karvik commander shouted. Human ships fired. The first strike was silent. No bright beams, no explosions. Alien shields failed instantly. One Karvik cruiser lost all power and went dark. Another split in half as space bent around it. Gravity weapons, unseen and unstoppable. Panic spread through the alien fleet. "This is impossible," the commander said. "Humans do not have this technology." Captain Morgan watched the destruction with no joy. "This is only the first layer," he said softly. The human convoy did not chase. It did not rush. It advanced slowly, like a wall that could not be stopped. Alien ships tried to retreat. Many failed. Then something changed. Space itself seemed to fold. Massive shapes appeared behind the convoy. Not from hyperspace, not from known travel methods. They simply arrived. Gigantic human warships, black and silent, covered in symbols no alien race recognized. Their size blocked stars. Their presence crushed hope. The Karvik commander felt true fear for the first time. "Human captain," he sent urgently, "we can negotiate." Captain Morgan looked at the message and closed his eyes. "You had your chance," he said. Across the system, every alien signal went quiet, and the galaxy began to realize a terrible truth. Humans had never been weak. They had only been waiting. The silence after the battle was heavy, Wreckage floated where the Karvik fleet once rode with pride. Broken ships drifted without power. Emergency lights blinked slowly inside alien hulls like dying stars. No one attacked. No one spoke. Inside the largest remaining Karvik command ship, the commander stood frozen. His claws trembled as he stared at the human warships that had appeared without warning. They were not moving. They did not need to. Every skin returned the same result. Power levels beyond measurement. Weapons that did not follow known physics. Armor that absorbed energy like empty space. The commander realized something painful. This was not a human fleet. This was a human message. He opened a channel to the Galactic Union. His voice was no longer proud. "This is Commander Vrax of the Karvik Empire," he said. We engaged human forces. We were wrong. Humanity is not what we believed." There was no reply at first. Then screens across the ship filled with faces. Leaders from dozens of alien races watched in silence. Some showed fear. Some showed disbelief. One Union elder finally spoke. "Explain." The elder said. Commander Vrax swallowed. "They hid their strength. Their civilian ships are warships. Their escorts are shields. What we saw today was only a small part of their power." A murmur spread through the Union Channel. On Earth, deep under the planet's surface, a council room came to life. Human leaders watched the same feeds. Military officers stood quietly along the walls. No one celebrated. Admiral Renata Cole looked at the data carefully. "The signal was received," she said. "Phase 1 is complete." A younger official asked, "Will the galaxy understand now?" Admiral Cole did not answer immediately. "They will understand fear," she said. "Understanding comes later." Back in space, Captain Morgan's ship moved forward slowly. The massive human warships followed, silent and perfect in formation. They did not fire. They did not threaten. They waited. The Union elder sent a message to Captain Morgan. "Human Captain," the elder said carefully, "this conflict was not authorized by the Union. We request immediate ceasefire talks." Morgan listened without emotion. "The attack happened in Union space," he replied. "No help came. No warning. No protection." The elder lowered their gaze. "The Union underestimated your people." "Yes," Morgan said. "You did. Across the galaxy, the story spread fast. Trade stations shut down. Defense fleets were recalled. Ancient alliances were questioned. Species that once ignored humans now studied old records, searching for missed signs. They found many. Human history showed constant war, survival, and adaptation. A species that evolved on a violent world. A species that learned to hide pain behind calm faces. They did not evolve peace. They evolved control on a distant Union world. A young alien analyst replayed the battle again and again. She noticed something others missed. The human ships did not aim for destruction. They aimed for silence. Communications disabled first. Power second. Weapons last. Humans did not want slaughter. They wanted dominance. The Karvik commander sent another message, desperate now. "We surrender," he said. "We will withdraw from all human-adjacent systems." Captain Morgan looked at the drifting. "Rex, withdrawal is accepted," he said, "but the message must be seen." He gave a single order. "Open all channels." Across the galaxy, screens turned on. Human ships appeared in full view. No weapons firing, no threats spoken, just presence. Morgan's voice carried calmly. "Humanity stayed quiet because we were asked to. We stayed small because you feared what we might become. Today, you forced our hand." He paused. "We do not seek your worlds. We do not seek your extinction." The galaxy listened. "But we will never be hunted again." The transmission ended. The human warships turned and vanished the same impossible way they arrived. Silence followed. Not the silence of peace. The silence of realization. In Union space, leaders argued. Fleets were redesigned. Military budgets tripled overnight. Ancient species that once ruled now felt very small. On Earth, Admiral Cole stood alone, looking at a dark screen. "This was only the beginning," she said quietly. "Far beyond the galaxy's edge, something ancient observed the humans with new interest. Something very old. Something that now understood." The galaxy did not sleep after that day. Across thousands of star systems, alarms stayed active. Military councils met without rest. Old war plans were opened again, but none of them mentioned humans. At this level of power, fear moved faster than ships. In Union space, ambassadors spoke carefully now. Every message sent to Earth was rewritten many times. Every word mattered. On Earth, human cities continued as normal. People worked, studied, and lived their lives. Most civilians did not know how close war had come. That was how human leadership wanted it. In a deep orbital station above Earth, Admiral Renata Cole met with senior commanders. The room was quiet. The reveal was controlled. One commander said, "No civilian targets. Minimal casualties." Cole nodded. "That matters." Another officer asked, "What about the Watchers?" Silence followed. "They noticed," Cole said. "They always notice." Far beyond known space, ancient observers adjusted their focus. They were not part of the Union. They were older than most civilizations. They had seen empires rise and fall. Humans interested them, not because of power alone, because of restraint. Back in Union space, a classified emergency session began. Species that once ruled through fear now spoke with caution. The Karvik Empire was allowed to speak again. Commander Vrax appeared thinner, older. "We attacked humans because we believed they were hiding weapons illegally," he said. "We were wrong. They were hiding themselves." A Union general asked, "Why would a species do that?" Vrax answered slowly, "Because they know what power does to those who see it." The room fell quiet. Data analysts presented reports. Human technology curves were impossible. Their ships showed layers of systems hidden under civilian designs. Their weapons were not new. They were refined. One analyst said something that changed the room. "These ships are not frontline weapons," she said. "They are border guards." Fear spread openly now. If this was human defense, what did their real fleets look like? Captain Morgan stood on a quiet observation deck aboard his ship. Stars passed slowly. He thought of Earth. He thought of history. Humans had learned early that showing strength invited challenge. Every empire on Earth's past had fallen the same way, by being seen. So humans learned to build in silence, to develop far away, to hide power inside ordinary shapes. The galaxy mistook kindness for weakness. That mistake would not be repeated. A message arrived from the Union. They requested a formal summit. Morgan forwarded it to Earth. Admiral Cole read it carefully. "They want rules," she said. "They want limits." A political advisor asked, "Will we give them any?" Cole looked at Earth's image rotating slowly on the screen. "We will give them boundaries," she said. "They crossed ours first." In Union space, rumors spread of human ghost fleets, ships that watched but never acted. Stations reported strange sensor echoes that vanished when scanned. Trade slowed. Borders hardened. Some species prepared for war. Others prepared to kneel. Then something unexpected happened. Union research world went dark. No explosion. No distress call. One moment it existed. The next it did not respond. Union fleets rushed to the location. They found nothing. No debris. No radiation. Just empty space. Panic exploded. Union leaders contacted Earth immediately. "This was not us," Admiral Cole said calmly before they could accuse. "But now you understand." The Union elder's voice shook. "What else is out there?" Cole leaned forward. "Things older than all of us," she said. "Things we have been watching for centuries." The room fell silent. "You are not afraid of them?" the elder asked. Cole smiled faintly. "We are careful," she replied. The truth began to form in alien minds. Humans did not hide because they were afraid of the galaxy. They hid because they were protecting it. Far beyond the vanished research world, ancient shadows moved again. This time, they did not watch in curiosity. They watched in concern. Because humanity had finally stepped into the light, and the old predators of the universe had noticed. The empty space where the Union research world once existed became the most feared place in the galaxy. No debris, no radiation, no signs of battle. Just absence. Union fleets surrounded the area, weapons charged, crews silent. Sensors searched again and again, but space gave no answers. Fear spread deeper now, sharper than before. This was not conquest. This was erasure on Earth. Admiral Cole stood before a hidden chamber. Only a few humans were allowed inside. Ancient screens activated as she entered. Symbols appeared. Old and human. Captain Morgan joined through a secure link. "They are moving again," he said. Cole nodded. "We knew they would." A young officer asked, "Who are they?" Cole looked at the screen for a long moment. "They are the Silence," she said. "The first hunters of intelligent life." The room went still. Human records appeared, old probes, lost colonies, star maps with missing systems. For thousands of years, Cole continued. Civilizations reached a certain level of power, then they vanished. The galaxy blamed wars, accidents, collapse. She paused. But we found patterns. Humans had discovered the truth early, long before faster-than-light travel, long before first contact. Something in the dark removed species that grew too loud, too powerful, too visible. That was why humans hid, not from the galaxy, from the silence. Back in Union space, the elders demanded answers. You knew this threat existed. One elder accused. You said nothing. Admiral Cole responded calmly. You were not ready to hear it. You still may not be. Another elder asked, can they be stopped? Cole did not answer quickly. They can be delayed. She said, they can be hurt. That is more than any species has ever done. The Union realized the weight of her words. Humans had fought them before and survived. At the edge of the vanished system, space twisted. Union ships detected movement, not ships. Something else. Reality folded inward. Dark shapes emerged, smooth and endless, like holes cut into space. No engines, no weapons visible. Crew members froze. Screens failed. Then human ships appeared. Not the border fleets. Something bigger. Heavier. Human war formations locked into place. Space around them hardened, controlled by fields unseen. The dark shapes moved. Closer. The first attack came. Without warning, a Union cruiser vanished instantly. No explosion. Just gone. Human ships responded. Space bent sharply. Gravity collapsed inward. One dark shape fractured. Lines of light spreading across its surface like cracks in glass. The silence reacted. For the first time in known history, human weapons struck again. Focused. Control. Ruthless. One ancient entity broke apart completely. The galaxy watched in disbelief. The silence retreated. Not defeated, but wounded. Human fleets did not chase. They never did. Captain Morgan watched the battlefield in silence. This was a warning, he said. Yes, Cole replied. For both sides, across the galaxy, a new understanding formed. Humans were not conquerors. They were guardians, but guardians with limits. On distant worlds, species knelt not out of fear, but relief. Borders opened. Old enemies stopped fighting. If humans fell, no one would replace them. Far beyond the battlefield, the silence gathered. They did not feel anger. They felt calculation. Humanity had broken the rule of the universe. They had fought back. And now the final test was coming. The galaxy changed after the battle. Old enemies stopped fighting. Trade routes reopened under human protection. Union fleets moved where humans guided them. Not because they were ordered to, but because they trusted them. Fear turned into dependence. On Earth, Admiral Cole watched reports from across known space. Species that once ignored humans now asked for advice. Some asked for protection. Others asked for forgiveness. Humanity did not answer all of them, only the important ones. Captain Morgan met with representatives aboard a neutral station. Alien leaders spoke carefully. No one raised their voice. The silence will return, one leader said. In greater numbers. Morgan nodded. Yes. Can you stop them? Another asked. Morgan looked at the stars outside the station. We can slow them, he said. We can damage them. Total victory will cost more than you understand. The leaders exchanged uneasy looks. What do you need from us? One asked. Unity, Morgan replied. And silence when we asked for it. The meaning was clear. Back on Earth, the deepest human facilities began to open, places built in secret, projects never spoken aloud. Human engineers activated systems older than the Union itself, weapons designed not for war, but for survival. Admiral Cole walked through a chamber filled with suspended machines. They were not beautiful. They were practical. We hope to never use these, she said. A scientist replied, hope is not a strategy. Far beyond the galaxy, the silence prepared. They did not rush. They never rushed. Entire regions of space went dark as they gathered. Stars dimmed. Sensors failed. The universe itself seemed to pull away from their path. The silence did not speak. They erased. Union scouts vanished. Human probes returned damaged, but alive. That alone was proof of human superiority. Human fleets repositioned, not to defend worlds. To shape space. Captain Morgan watched the tactical display. Lines moved slowly. Every decision mattered. This is where we stand, he said. If they break through here, the core systems fall. An officer asked. And if we use the final systems, Morgan closed his eyes briefly, then the galaxy will never be the same. The silence arrived, not as a wave dot as a wall. Space itself bent under their presence. Thousands of dark shapes filled the void. Union fleets froze. Fear returned, stronger than before. Human fleets moved forward. This time, they did not hold back. Human space control weapons activated. Regions of space locked into fixed patterns. The silence slowed, confused for the first time. Human fire struck deep. Entire sections of the enemy vanished. Still, the silence advanced. Loss meant nothing to them. Admiral Cole watched the data. They will reach Earth's outer defenses in 12 hours. An officer said. Cole nodded slowly. Prepare the final protocol, she said. Across human space, a single signal spread. Silent, absolute. Human civilians were moved. Ships powered down. The galaxy held its breath. Captain Morgan stood alone on the bridge. We did everything right, he said quietly. The stars ahead began to change. Life faded. Reality stretched thin. The silence pushed forward for the kill, and humanity prepared to reveal the one thing they had never shared, not even with their allies. The signal reached every hidden human system at the same time. Deep beneath Earth's surface, ancient doors opened. In distant space, silent structures unfolded. Human technology that had never been tested at full scale came online. The galaxy did not see weapons. It saw space itself change around Earth and its core systems. Reality stabilized. The silence slowed as if pushing through thick water. There, dark shapes shifted, confused by rules they could not break. Captain Morgan felt the ship vibrate softly. The anchors are active, an officer said. Humanity's final defense was not a weapon in the old sense. It was control. Humans had learned how to fix space in place, locking cause and effect into human terms. The silence fed on chaos, on weak structure. Humans denied them both. The first ancient entity tried to force its way forward. It shattered. Not destroyed by fire, but undone, as if it had never existed. Across Union space, sensors recorded the impossible. Entire enemy formations vanished without energy spikes, without debris. The silence reacted instantly. They pulled back, then they adapted. Dark shapes began changing, pressing harder, searching for weak points. Human systems strained. Alarms sounded, calm but constant. On Earth, Admiral Cole watched energy levels fall. We cannot hold this forever, a scientist warned. I know, Cole replied. We never planned to. Captain Morgan received the final order. Begin release. Cole said. Morgan took a deep breath. Human fleets disengaged in perfect order. Space anchors collapsed behind them. For a moment, the silence surged forward. Then they stopped. Behind them, something followed. Humanity's last secret. Humanity had not built a weapon to kill the silence. They had built a mirror, a controlled echo of the silence's own existence, shaped and contained. It fed on the same rules. It answered only to human command. The silence recognized it instantly. For the first time, they hesitated. The mirror expanded, matching the enemy's presence. Where? The silence erased. The mirror restored. Where the silence bent space, the mirror corrected it. The universe found balance. The two forces pushed against each other, neither able to advance, but balance had a cost. Human systems burned out. Ships went dark. Stations shut down permanently. Admiral Cole felt the strain in every report. We are losing infrastructure, an officer said. Cole nodded. Acceptable losses. The silence began to withdraw slowly, carefully. They did not flee. They retreated. The mirror followed, only far enough to ensure the message was clear. Do not return. The ancient threat pulled back into the dark between galaxies. Silence returned. Real silence. Captain Morgan watched as space slowly returned to normal. We won, an officer said softly. Morgan shook his head. We survived, he corrected. On Earth, Admiral Cole sat down for the first time in days. They will remember this, she said. Yes, a scientist replied. So, while the galaxy, human fleets returned home damaged but intact. The Union watched with awe and fear mixed together. Humanity had not conquered. They had enforced a boundary on the universe itself, and everyone understood. There would be no second warning. The galaxy took a long time to breathe again. Systems repaired. Slowly, trade returned carefully. Old borders no longer mattered the way they once had. Every species remembered the moment space itself obeyed. Human will die. No one challenged humanity. No one needed to. On Earth, life continued quietly. Cities were not rebuilt into monuments. No banners were raised. No victory was announced. Humans had learned long ago that loud pride invited ruin. Admiral Cole stood before the global assembly for the last time. Her hair was gray now. Her voice was calm. "We did not win," she said. "We set limits. Leaders, listen in silence. The silence will not return in our lifetime. But the universe is old, and it watches." She paused. "Our strength saved the galaxy. Our restraint will keep it alive." Captain Morgan retired soon after. He chose a quiet life near the ocean. Sometimes he watched the stars at night, knowing what waited beyond them. He felt no regret. Human fleets were reduced, not expanded. Borders were protected, not pushed. The mirror system was sealed, locked behind layers of human law that required impossible agreement to open again. The galaxy learned a new truth. Power was not shown by control. It was shown by restraint. Years passed. A new generation of species grew up hearing the story, not of human war, but of human choice, of a moment when a single species could have ruled everything. And chose not to die in distant space. The silence watched from beyond reach. They did not approach. They did not test. They remembered pain. They remembered resistance. They remembered humanity. Back on Earth, a child asked a simple question while looking at the night sky. "Are we safe now?" An older human answered gently, "For now," they said, "and as long as we remember who we are." The stars remained bright. The galaxy remained quiet, not because it was afraid, but because it finally understood. Humanity did not rule the universe. Humanity guarded it, and the universe accepted that truth.